Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. This is Kay back at it with a new video. Today I want to talk about a great fight coming up this weekend at the Las Vegas MGM Hotel in Las Vegas between Gervontae Tank Davis, the number two ranked fighter in the lightweight division, only behind Lomachenko. He'll be taking on Frank Martin, who's ranked number five in the lightweight division. And this is just going to be a really good fight. It's going to be a great test for Gervontae Tank Davis. So, without further ado, let's talk about the fight. Gervontae Tank Davis, he's got a record of 29-0 with 27 by way of knockout. His age is 29. He's got a knockout percentage rating of 87%. His height is 5 feet, 5 inches. He's got a reach of 67 inches, and he's a southpaw. Frank Martin, his age is 29. His height is 5 feet, 8 inches. He's got a reach of 68 inches, and he's also a southpaw. So, how will this fight play out? First of all, let's go here. Gervontae Tank Davis also put in a clause, that rehydration rule. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but the rehydration rule states that when you weigh in, right, you cannot come back as a heavyweight like Ryan Garcia did with Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia looked huge in that fight. I mean, he just looked big. So Gervontae Tank Davis, he did that with Ryan Garcia too, because these fighters, they'll come in at the weight that they're supposed to be weighed at, but then they'll blow themselves up for the fight. And so he's just making sure Frank Martin doesn't do that. So, having said that, what can we expect from this fight? Well, Gervontae Tank Davis, he fought the toughest opponents. He fought Ryan Garcia, Rolando Romero, Isaac Pitbull Cruz, Mario Barris, Leo Santa Cruz, Gambino. He fought all of these guys, so I think that he's got that edge there too, because he's been in the ring with some tough hombres. So I think that Gervontae Tank Davis, he didn't get to be a three-division world champion for nothing. And let's talk about his knockout rating. Gervontae Davis can get you out of there. So what are some of the takeaways from this fight? Well, if we look at Frank Martin's got quickness, he's got good foot movement, he's got great combinations, and I think if he stays on the outside, that can benefit him. So what can we expect from a shorter Gervontae Tank Davis? Well, Davis going to have to get in the inside. He's going to be like a la Mike Tyson. Remember when Tyson was fighting all those tall fighters? He's got to get in the inside to do his work. And I think that Davis what he's going to do is set traps. He's going to allow this guy to think that, he can do this and that. And then Tank is going to surprise him, with his knockout power. I think that Tank's got good defensive skills that people don't talk about. He's got great inside pressure when he's boxing, and he's just more athletic, if you will. So, I just think that this is going to be a great fight. It's going to be a good test for Gervontae Tank Davis. I think that Davis been in there with a lot of great fighters, and Ryan Garcia. I really enjoyed the Mario Barris and the Leo Santa Cruz fights. And those guys are quick, and they strong, and they tall. So, Davis been in there with tall fighters. So I don't think that that's going to be a problem. And then Garcia, had a lot of power, just like how he surprised Haney with it, and he was able to knock Garcia out, by hitting him in the kidney, which Haney was trying his best to do when he was losing that fight with Garcia. So I think that all in all, Davis, I'm gonna give Davis the nod. Will Frank Martin give him a run for his money? I'm gonna say yes, because Martin is quick. He's got quick combinations and and good foot movement. I just think that's gonna be like a headache for him. So it remains to be seen. You never know who's gonna win until they get in that ring. So I just think that Davis' defense, his skill set, his athleticism is going to get him over the finish line. I think that Davis had the more power out of the two. I don't think I don't think Frank Martin got the same power as Tank Davis. So it remains to be seen. I just think that it's just going to be a really good fight. It's going to be an interesting fight. So let me know what you think. Do you think that Frank Martin is Gervontae Tank Davis' toughest opponent? Or do you think that he's just in line with some of the other guys that I named that Davis went up against? Another thing about Davis, he tends to start out slow, it seems. He don't really start heating up until like the 4th and the 5th round. So I'm going to give the early rounds to Frank Martin, because I think Martin's going to come out with a lot of energy. He's going to have a lot of nice combinations. He's going to have great foot movement, and he's going to have that attitude like, I'm going to be the one that's going to upset Davis. So, I think Davis is going to come in the first few rounds, just reading this guy, just kind of getting a feel of the situation. Rumor has it that when they sparred, Frank Martin knocked Davis out, but that's sparring, so, it's behind closed doors. We're not going to get into that. And so we'll see. Hopefully Davis' head is good with all that going back and forth with his mentor, Floyd Mayweather Jr. Hopefully he can, push that to the side and focus on what's in front of him, which is a formidable fighter in Frank Martin. So let's see what happens. Again, this is Kay, back at it with a new video. Press like if you like my video. Don't forget to subscribe.